Hello to my very favorite second graders. Welcome back. I love that you keep following me. I'm like your favorite YouTube star now. I hope. I hope I'm your favorite YouTube star. So if you have seen on our YouTube page, there's a little round picture and it's a little Bitmoji of Miss Baez and a little Bitmoji of me, and I tried to dress like my Bitmoji today. So you'll have to look at my outfit and then go look at the Bitmoji and see if we match. She's wearing like a little pink shirt and a little pink jacket, and her hair's down, and it's kind of like this. And she's got some orange eyeshadow on, so I tried to look like her. So you gotta tell me if I did a good job and if I look like my Bitmoji. Okay, so we have a long word problem today. It takes up the whole board, so we're gonna have to read it and then I'm gonna have to erase it because I won't have any space to work. I gotta get my husband to build me a huge whiteboard. That would be awesome. So our stars today are Lorenzo and Javion. Hello, stars. Let's see what Lorenzo and Javion are up to today. I'm gonna use my little pointer as I read. Lorenzo collected 49 pine cones from the yard. That's a lot. He still had 38 fewer than his friend Javion. A, how many pine cones did Javion have? B, if Javion gave Lorenzo 24 pine cones, who has more? Looks like Lorenzo and Javion are busy playing outside. It would be nice if you invited us to join you. All right, let's see again. Lorenzo collected 49 pine cones from the yard. He still had 38 fewer than his friend Javion. A, how many pine cones did Javion have? B, if Javion gave Lorenzo 24 pine cones, who has more? There's a lot happening here. I don't even really have space for to remind you of our strategies. I'm gonna sneak them in right here. Read, draw, and write. And when we read, we do cubes. You can't really see it, but maybe you could make a little piece of paper to hang up wherever you like to do your work. You could take like a little piece of paper or a little index card and write down RDW, read, draw, write, and write down the cube strategy, and then you can have it posted. Maybe I'll do that and I'll hang it up here or something because I don't usually have room on my whiteboard. We're starting with cubes. C stands for circle, key, number. Shout them out if you see them. 38. And another one. U stands for underline the question. I know you already saw that there are 2 questions. It's because I'm home alone, bored. I'm actually not home alone. My husband's upstairs working in the garage. I don't know what he's doing. He's just making a lot of noise. Okay. So we underline the questions, 2 questions. B, box action words. What is Lorenzo doing? Eating chicken nuggets? No, he's not. Maybe he's chasing his baby sister. That's probably what he's doing. He collected, that's what he's doing. He's collecting pine cones. And Javion gave pine cones. That's a nice friend. Okay, now evaluate, eliminate. Yep. Goodbye to our favorites. We love you. Goodbye. Goodbye. And they don't have to be pine cones. He could be collecting something else from the yard. Like what? What else could you collect in your yard? Leaves. Ladybugs. Lightning bugs. Ooh, those would be cool. All right. So we can cross off. And then we're going to show our work as we start our drawing. I want you to think about what drawing you'd like to use. A tape diagram, a number bond. Maybe you're feeling crazy and you want to try both. So you can pause the video so you can read the word problem by yourself. So go ahead and pause it while you can see the whole story. Try a diagram, and if we have 2 questions, we may need 2 diagrams. So I want you to think about that. Go ahead and pause and then come back when you're ready. I'll be erasing and thinking about what diagrams I'm going to use. I'm ready. Are you ready? What did you do? What did you do? I am going to split up my page. And the first question was, how many golf balls did, not golf balls, it says golf balls on my screen, but I changed it to pine cones. So how many pine cones did our friend have? All right, so we had Lorenzo and we had Javion. We know how many pine cones Lorenzo got, right? How many? 49. Who had more pine cones? I keep saying golf balls because that's what it says on my computer. Okay. Lorenzo had more pine cones or Javion had more pine cones? Let's remember what it said. It said Lorenzo collected 49 pine cones. He still had 38 fewer than his friend Javion. So did Lorenzo have more than Javion or did Lorenzo have less than Javion? It said he had fewer. What does that mean? Lorenzo has fewer. He has less. So when I make Javion's piece of tape, it needs to be bigger or smaller than this one. Has to be bigger. I don't have a lot of space, so I'll just make it go to the end. Do we know how many Javion has? That's the question. How many pine cones did Javion have? We don't know this. What do we know then? Because we do have another number. Where does that number go? It says he had 38 fewer than Javion, which means if he had 38 more, he would have the same number. So how are we going to find out using these two numbers what Javion has? I'm going to make a number bond too, just to double check my tape diagram. All right, we know Lorenzo has 49. We don't know the big number. We don't know this total. We know he has 49 and he has 38 fewer than his friend. So how are we going to get that total? What do we need to do with the numbers? We need to add. Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and use a vertical method. And really, I chose the vertical method because I didn't have a lot of space. Sometimes we choose methods just because we ran out of space. And this one's going to give me the answer quick. 9 plus 8. Ooh, that's almost like 9 plus 9, which is a double. 9 plus 9 is 18. One less than that would be 17. But I have to do something with the 10. 4 plus 3, 7. Plus 1 is 8. 87 what? Javion has 87 pine cones. So I don't have room here right now, but if you have room, please write your answer using a complete sentence, okay? What kind of sentence would you write? Okay, so we still haven't done B. I told you this was a long one. The question for B says, if Javion gave 24 pine cones to Lorenzo, who had more pine cones? So the question really is, who has more pine cones? Javion or Lorenzo? How are we going to figure that out? How are we going to know who has more? What do we need to know before we can decide if it's Javion or Lorenzo? What two things do we need to know? We need to know how many pine cones Javion has and how many pine cones Lorenzo has. So we know Javion's giving away. So Javion's giving away pine cones. He had 87. How many is he giving away? 24. So let's solve that. I'm looking at it and I see an opportunity for mental math or for counting down using like an arrow way, because I see I can do 7 take away 4 easily. I can do 8 take away 2 easily. So I'm going to do that. 87 take away 20 first. So if I take away 20, how many 10s am I taking away? 2 10s. Take away 2 10s. What do we get? 67. And now I have to take away 4 1s. Take away 4 1s from the 7. We get 63. So what does 63 tell us? 63 what? Pine cones. And who has 63 pine cones? This was Javion's, right? This was Javion. He gave away. Now he has this. Okay, so now Javion has 63. Fix that. Do we know who has more now? Does Lorenzo have 49 pine cones now? He does not have 49 anymore. Why not? What changed? Did he give some away or did he get more? He got more from his lovely friend Javion. How many did he get from Javion? He had 49. Javion gave him 24. All right. I am going to solve this one. I'm looking at this number and it's really close to a friendly number, a number I would love to work with. What number is it close to? How close is it? How many more do I need to get to 50? Just one more. I can borrow it from this guy. And what would be left if I take one from him and give it to the 49? 23 left. So now I got 50 plus what? 23. And this one I love the most because I can do this in my head. You could do this in your sleep. 5 tens plus 2 tens is 7 tens. 0 ones plus 3 ones is 3 ones. With 73 what? Pine cones. And who has 73 pine cones? Lorenzo has 73 pine cones. I'm going to put it back here. Now, I'd like you to answer that question. Who has more pine cones? And I'd like you to answer it in a complete sentence. If you have an answer that you're sure about or that you're not sure about, go ahead and ask your family member if you can text me your answer on Dojo in a complete sentence. I would love to see what your answers are. Who do you think has more pine cones? And how do you know that now? How do you know? So thanks for doing our word problem together today with me. And check back for your lesson. See ya!